All right, y'all. So welcome to Hip-Hoponomics with Ash Cash. This is your number one source for financial education. I'm excited to be here. So listen, if you're listening to the audio version of this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share it, make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. If you're watching the video, make sure you like, subscribe, share. Let's let the world know that Hip-Hoponomics is here. And really, this idea just sparked from my work as a hip hop finance person, right? So I am Ash Cash, the hip hop financial advisor. And so for those who don't know, I've been writing books, and so I've been in hip hop since 8 years old. I've been in finance for the last 15 years of my life, or over no more than 15 years, more than the last um 20 years of my life, but I was a banker for 15 years. And really, I have a bunch of books, over 17 books published, written over 40. But most of my popular books are related to hip hop finance. So you think about, Hustlenomics, which is, teaching business based on the lyrics of the late great Nipsey Hussle, or, with a wake up call, financial lessons learned from 444. And so Hip-Hoponomics is really here to give you financial education for hip hop heads, right? So if you love hip hop, if you love the culture, it's really mixing the two. But we cover everything, and so I'm gonna get right to it. I don't want to waste time, right? Because on this Money Moves Monday, we're gonna take a deep dive into the financial game. Breaking down the latest market moves and what they mean for you, and ultimately what they mean for you in your pockets. And so if you have turned on the news today, if or on Instagram, that there is a stock market roller coaster going on right now. I'm talking about historical things are happening. The market is down first and foremost, and the streets are buzzing, right? They're buzzing because what looks like what's happening right now, there is a meltdown, right? A stock meltdown from what we call the Magnificent Seven. And so, if you don't know what the Magnificent Seven are, the Magnificent Seven are stocks. It's a group of high performing, influential companies on the U.S. stock market. So think about Alphabet. Alphabet is who owns Google. You got Amazon. You got Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. Right. So these are like the top seven stocks, and and they call them the Magnificent Seven. And right now there's a meltdown. Right. There's a meltdown happening right now, and these companies have really been driving the stock market gains for months, but now it looks like they're stumbling. And so number one question I'm getting in the DMs, I'm getting in the comments, is like, why is all of this happening right now? And to the truth of the matter is really about expectations versus what the reality is, right? And so these tech companies have been performing like going crazy, like they try, like if this was the music game, the companies were they were dropping albums going platinum, right? They were dropping platinum albums every quarters. And what happened is, most investors expecting them keep growing at this insane space, right? And pace. And so it's like you're so used to getting a certain quality, or type of music, or in this particular case, growth. And investors were hoping that the pace would keep up. And the truth of the matter is, it's really really hard to maintain, right? So for example, Apple, they recently reported that its iPhone sales weren't as high as they expected. And so for many of us, that might not seem like a big deal, but when a company's stock price is like sky high, really even a small disappointment, right, could really cause investors to sell. And so you gotta like, if you're investing, you gotta understand that the stock price really is based on what the investors believe, right? And so at the end of the day, if a lot of investors are like, you know what, this thing is going down, let me take my money out, it's gonna cause what you're seeing. And so, and let me break this down a little further as well, right? So when you buy a stock, you're basically betting that the company will do well in the future. That's what you're doing, right? And so if a lot of people think a company would do well, they're gonna buy the stock, right? And when they buy the stock, it's driving up the price. But if something happens to make people doubt the stock, right? What's going to happen, or if they doubt the company's success, what they might do is sell it, causing the price to drop. And that's what we're seeing now with the tech giants. Because, and that's the other thing too, because a lot of people might be like, well, it's doing so well, right? Because the truth of the matter is that even though the stock price is low, overall the stock market is up, right? And so what happens is, some people are like, I bought it low, right? And the stock price went high, and I'm seeing these performances going down. And so let me just cash out, so that way I could cash out on some gains, right? And so a lot of them who have taken money out of Apple or whatever other companies are also like, all right, let me take out my gains. So and here's a perfect example of this, right? Speaking of long-term moves, so like Warren Buffett, and anybody know, Warren Buffett is the OG of investing, and he actually sold a chunk of his Apple stock. I posted this on my Instagram actually yesterday, right? And on my Instagram, I was saying that they sold 50% of their Apple shares, and then right now they're sitting on $277 billion with a B in cash, right? They have $277 billion in cash. Um and everybody's paying attention. You got to pay attention. If Warren Buffett is, for whatever reason, if Warren Buffett is selling his Apple stocks, that's for a reason. And so they sold nearly half of his share in the second quarter this year. And that's a big deal, because Apple has been, Warren Buffett's favorite investment for years, right? But even after selling, and this is why I don't want anybody to be alarmed, because I personally own Apple stock as well. I'm not giving you advice whether you should buy or sell it, but I personally own Apple stock. I'm not selling, because even after the sale, Berkshire Hathaway, which is the company that Warren Buffett owns, they're still the biggest holder in Apple stock, right? And so why sell half and still keep the other half if you think the company's going down or whatever? That's why I'm not alarmed. What it looks like to me is that it looks like two things. So number one, it looks like he may be diversifying his portfolio. So he wants to, all right, you know what? I got too much money in Apple, so let me just start to diversify my portfolio. And he actually sold a lot of Bank of America as well. But again, he still owns a large percentage of Bank of America. But the other piece of it, though, too. Here's the other piece that I think that this is my speculation, is that you know Warren Buffett foresees the markets to continue to go down, because there's a lot going on in the world from an economic standpoint. And if that happens, a lot of these companies don't necessarily lose value based on their performance, or based on whether it's a good company or not. A lot of it is going to happen because of people being afraid, right? And so you think about the election, regardless of who wins, whether it's Kamala Harris, whether it's Donald Trump, um, the election, I believe, is going to have a real big impact on the economy. And when it does have and I think it's going to be a negative impact on the economy. And when it has a negative impact on the economy, you want to be liquid, right? And so what would Ash do, right? Like we need to do a new segment, or a segment called "What Would Ash Do?" So what would Ash do, right? And so if I'm watching Warren Buffett, the one of the, I mean, I want to say the smartest, right? Like one of the smartest investors of all times, right? The GOAT. If I'm watching him be liquid, meaning that he has all of this money and he's just sitting on this money, then I am following that. I'm gonna want to be liquid as well. They always say, man, when the market is down, that's when you buy. But I don't know if the market is finished, right? I don't know if it's done. And so I would potentially just sit it out and kind of not sit out investing at all, but I want to have a good portion of my money liquid in cash, so that when it's time to buy, I can rack up at a discount. Like I could get some good property, at a discount. Um, and so let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about something that's blowing up social media, and I want to get your thoughts on this. So let me know. So Louisiana just became the first state to allow surgical removal of testicles as punishment for child molesters, right? So this is a controversial move that's sparking intense debate. While this isn't finance related, it's a reminder of how laws can change rapidly and dramatically, and it's crucial to stay informed about legal changes in your state, as it can affect various aspects of your life, including your finances, your business operations. For example, changes in criminal law can impact insurance rates, property laws, and even where businesses choose to locate. And so I just thought, when I saw it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it because, in one sense, just being 100% honest, in one sense, that's one of those things that I ask God for forgiveness all the time. Like I absolutely have a negative feeling. Like I have no remorse or mercy for child molesters. And so the human side of me wants to throw them under the jail. If they're caught in the act, they should be punished. This is the human side. They should be punished right away. But again, my attempt to be godlike, I try to have mercy, as God has mercy. And so that's the part of me when I first read it was like, yes, you know what I'm saying. But another part was like, all right. But the other piece that I am leery about, right? The other part that I'm leery about is the fact that a lot of people get wrongly accused for things all of the time. And so imagine if somebody is wrongly accused of child molestation, and then they get they get their their testicles, or their you know what I mean, like if they get it removed. And it's not funny, but I'm saying, like, if they get it removed based on a lie, and that's a permanent thing. And so that's the only piece of it, is that how do you like how does that rule go into play? Like, do you need proof? You know what I'm saying? And if it's proven, then it's okay. So there's some areas that I need to know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're feeling. Um, and so, in lighter news, Lil Wayne's lyric notebook is up for auction, with an estimated value of $5 million. So this is a notebook that he writes his lyrics in, is up for auction at $5 million. The notebook contains lyrics from 1999 to 2003, including some of Wayne's early hits. And so a couple of things. you know, I think that um it talks to the value, right? So, this is really an example of how your personal brand and legacy can translate into serious money, because Wayne's lyrics aren't just art. They're now a valuable collection. And so, this is how you can take, right, your art, your thought process, who you are, and, create, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of us feel like money is earned. Um, and that, that you can earn money. So I'm not saying you cannot earn money, but my thought process is that money is created, right? That a lot of, like, even in the stock market, if you just study, right, if you just study the stock market and you study companies and you study, when is the right time to invest and not invest, you can literally print money if you understand that, right? I talk about investing in one of my books, the Illmatic Investor. I break down everything. So anybody who is new to the investing game, don't know, what to do, then make sure you pick up the Illmatic Investor. I talk about everything investing, but from that perspective, you didn't really work for the money, right? So you didn't really earn it. You really just kind of studied and use your brain in order to be able to build money, to make money, right? And even like I talk about books all the time, right? Like, yes, I had to sit down and write the book and think about it. But once I created that book one time, I can sell it over and over and over again. So anytime I have a need for something, I'm always just thinking about what can I create in order to, have that need met. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not always about, all right, earning the money. So sometimes it's about creating something that could earn, that could give you money, right? And so for all of you artists out there, remember your craft isn't just about making music, it's about building a brand that could generate you income long after the song stops. Think about your lyrics, think about your style, think about your image. But even if you're an entrepreneur, whatever you do, just remember it's all about creating, and whatever you create becomes a valuable asset down the line. Switching back to the markets for a second, Bitcoin just dipped below 50K as part of this global market downturn. And so for context, Bitcoin started the year around 16,500. And so it surged to nearly 70,000, and now it's falling back. And then this is a reminder that cryptocurrency, despite its popularity, is still volatile, still a volatile asset. If you're in the crypto game, make sure it is money that you can afford to lose, because different than the stock market has never, no one has ever really lost money unless they have realized their loss, right? Meaning that if you look at the history of the stock market, the stock market itself is always going up, and there's enough history to go back to try to, because you can't really 100% predict, but you can try to predict what the market is going to do, which is, again, if you're patient enough and you have enough strategies, it goes up. But cryptocurrency is too new. There's not enough history. And so, if you are putting your money in crypto, just know that, just I would suggest that you invest with money that you can afford to lose. In tech news, Elon Musk is back at it. He's suing OpenAI and Sam Altman once more. And for those who don't know, OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT, and Elon Musk was one of its early investors and early backers. He's now claiming that OpenAI has strayed from its original mission of developing AI for the benefit of humanity. This ongoing drama is in the AI. Um, um, this ongoing drama of the AI world shows how high the stakes are in the emerging technologies. It's like watching a high stakes rap beef with billions of dollars down the line. And so for those of you who are thinking about getting into tech or AI, remember, with a great potential comes great competition, but be prepared for fast-paced, ever-changing landscape. But while Elon is suing, somebody suing Elon, right? So it's like immediate karma. Well, Don Lemon is actually suing Elon Musk for 1.5 million dollars, and is saying that it was fraud, negligent misrepresentation. But Elon Musk, respond back. He's saying that Don Lemon was making some insane demands as it relates to his show. And so that's why he didn't kind of follow through. So interesting. All right. So lastly, let's talk about some hip hop business moves. 50 Cent just scored a major legal victory, getting a $1 billion lawsuit against him dismissed. The lawsuit was filed by a writer who claimed that 50 Cent's show Power was based on his unpublished book. This shows the importance of having a solid legal team when you're in the public eye. As your wealth grows, so does the target on your back. And we can't forget little baby dropping some gems about succeeding in the music business. And what's his advice? His advice is stay consistent, be yourself, and don't chase trends. He emphasizes the importance of building a strong team and staying focused on your goals. This isn't just music advice, it's solid business advice for any entrepreneur, because at the end of the day, things are gonna change. But if you stay consistent, be yourself, don't chase trends, you are always going to get the success that you deserve. All right, y'all. So that's all for today. Money Moves Monday. Remember, whether you're investing in stock, crypto, or on your own brand, knowledge is power. So stay informed, stay diverse, and always be ready to adapt. This is Ash Cash, the hip hop financial advisor, signing on. Keep hustling, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Hip-Hoponomics. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you on our next episode. All right, y'all. Peace.